I am recording now.
Movie powers.
Man, that was a pain in the butt. Um,
You no touch butt.
Do I need to have 911 on speed dial?
yes, because I'm gonna beat the shit out of him.
I'm just saying.
Okay, next weekend and the weekend after that, I will be unavailable to run my games. So, since the Makers and Pact of the Lich uh, will not be played.
Okay, so 2 weeks off except for Sundays with Sky.
Yes, Pact of the Lich is actually out for 3 weeks because Bo won't be back until the 8th.
That's the Saturday game, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
but this game will be back on the 31st. Um, Saturday game will be back on the 8th. Sunday game played as normal. But I'm not running that, so all I gotta do is show up. And know my character. Because somebody's gotta keep the party alive.
Yeah, that'd be appreciative. Because I keep trying to kill him.
I did notice that.
Hey, that'll be cool. Let me pick that up.
Okay, as far as I know, that's all I need to take care of ahead of game. So, the last session, your party had um, just met the ogres at the front gate to the clan hall. Um, and after defeating the ogres, you guys made your way inside and decided to do some crafting, some. She was crafting, shopping, and maintenance, I believe, is what everyone was doing. And then I believe you guys went to bed and you are waking up in the morning. Is that accurate? Or did I
That's
miss anything?
correct. As you said, we had a quiet night and we could start off meeting the clan mother and the clan leader.
Okay. Okay, so you guys wake up, make your way down to the tap room of the tavern. And the day is yours.
Out of character. I have nothing but the exterior map up.
Correct.
Okay.
You guys decided you didn't want to go into the interior one because it was essentially theater of the mind anyway. Because it's too big for everyone's computers. I mean, when it crashes Sky's computer, we know where there's a problem with the map. Sky's computer could run NORAD.
Not that anymore.
Huh?
Years ago, sure, but my video card's still a 2070, and they got the 4000s out now, so.
Well, I'm pretty sure that NORAD isn't doing anything heavily graphic related. Well, I guess I can't really say I'm pretty sure, but I doubt. Let's put it that way. Anyway, that's irrelevant. Yes, so what do you guys want to do?
I'll step up to the bar and ask him, "What do you got for breakfast?"
The dwarf at the bar kind of looks you up and down and says, "Oh, well, I can get you..." What do they call that? I can get you some oatmeal, if you'd like.
Do you have eggs and some sort of meat? Maybe some potatoes? You scramble it all together?
I offered you oatmeal if you don't want oatmeal. I don't know what I can do for you.
Okay, I'll take oatmeal and a cup of cider. How much?
Kind of looks you up and down again. He says, 5 silver. And he goes over to a pot, plops some oatmeal in a bowl, pours a mug full of some cider, you assume, and hands them to you.
Okay. And so 5 silver covers it all?
That'll cover it.
Okay, well. And I give him 6.
Well, thank you.
And I grab a spoon from the cup on the bar and head off to sit at a table. I'm going to be kind of rude. I'm not going to wait for anybody. I'm just going to go ahead and eat.
Okay. What about the rest of you?
I'm still good.
Yeah, I'll go down to the food hall and get something to eat.
Okay.
I will as well.
I'll join them.
I'll go down and sit.
We still haven't been rewarded for the mission yet, have we?
Mm-mm.
All right. You said 5 silver for the meal?
5 silver for oatmeal and a weak cup of cider. Watered down cup of cider.
Later on, I'll be going to look for my ingredients after we get compensated.
Okay, is that what everyone's eating?
Yeah, because my guy's not very imaginative.
Okay.
I'm good.
Okay. As you guys sit around eating your rather bland oatmeal with a cup of watered down cider. The tavern starts to fill up with other guests, other people coming in to eat, and you do see that there are quite a number of them sitting down with eggs and bacon, sausage, and potatoes, and any number of much more palatable food.
I noticed that and pointed out the others, and I say, apparently we're not part of the clan, so we don't get to eat what we want. But for now, let's see what happens.
I'd say give it a day. Give it 2 days, and everybody will know who we are.
With my experience in my clan, uh, it takes some time to accept newcomers. And since we really haven't been accepted by the clan, clan mother or the clan master, uh, enjoy what you get and then wake waves afterwards. As he's chewing down.
Okay. As you are having this conversation, you can see a young dwarf, probably early to mid-teens, comes running in and right up to the counter and starts asking, starts a conversation with the barkeep, and barkeep just sighs, shakes his head, and points over at your party. And the kid just kind of nods curtly and kind of looks at your party and looks around the room, looks back at your party, and then runs to the side of the table that Valakat is on.
May I help you?
Where did you draw this guy?
Right above yours.
Right above mine?
Yeah, our name's Clandall.
I'm not seeing it. Okay.
Yeah, no biggie.
She runs up to you and kind of stops like a good 5 feet away from you, just kind of approaching slowly, not quite sure what she's supposed to do. She just kind of keeps taking small steps towards you.
I'll motion with my hand to come on over. Can I help you? Come on.
And remind me, you don't speak Dwarven, right?
I do.
Valkat speaks Dwarven? Okay. She speaks to you in Dwarven. She says, she kind of looks down at the paper in her hands and then up to you, and she says, "Are you are you Valakat?"
I am, and you are?
She just kind of steps far enough forward that she can just barely reach the table and just kind of tosses the note onto the table in front of you and then turns around and bolts.
I'll yell after her in Dwarvish. Bye! Like, not rudely, just cheerfully.
I will laugh. Look at
And then I guess I will open the note.
Okay. For the record, Sky, we're not actually on the city map.
I know.
Okay. Okay. As you read the note, it's a beautifully handwritten letter in very formal very formal writing, very formal grammar, inviting you to an audience with the clan mother and the clan chief. You and your party.
I will let everybody else at the table know. We have been invited to see the clan mother. And I will try and say it to my group, but a little bit louder while looking at the barkeep.
Give me an insight check. He definitely heard you, and he's very curious.
You know,
I will stay just a little loud, not, screaming. Well, they did say they talked to us for scathing her wife yesterday. So this is respectful of her, sending her piece of paper first.
we'll say, shall we finish up and head over as I kind of pull up a spoonful of oatmeal and kind of let it drop down inside itself?
Agreed.
That sounds good. This isn't exactly the best breakfast I've ever had. So, with that, I put the spoon in the bowl and push it and the mug toward the middle of the table. I'm ready when you are.
Then, if anybody's paying attention, my bowl is clear. I ate it all.
I'll tip mine up to my mouth and kind of.
And kind of what?
Did you hear that?
You said
Kind
you.
of slurp it up.
Oh. Yeah.
Mine's empty as well.
Not the worst thing in the world. Just not the best.
And just between us, it is kind of irritating when the barkeep said all he had was oatmeal, and yet we can see people with eggs, meat, and potatoes all over the dining area. So I think that was a personal slight on his part.
It's a good possibility, but eventually here, they'll love us.
I don't care whether they do or not, but the right course would be to show respect for everyone until they've given you reason not to.
From what I've heard of these lands, and I don't know a lot. There's a lot of stuff that they do that aren't exactly what would be considered the right course of action, but I guess it is what it is.
Okay, I won't say anything more about it.
Okay. um. So you guys finish up your oh so wonderful breakfast, and do what?
I think we should join with Valaked and go to the clan mother's audience room.
Were we invited or just Valakad? Did they say all of us?
All of us.
Well, let's go. Don't keep the lady waiting.
Where it gets so close.
Whatever. Right behind you.
And she is off. He at the end of the door. Off. See the grandmother, the wonderful grandmother out.
Oi. Really? As you gather your things and head out the entrance to the tavern, or food hall, or whatever you want to call it, there's a dwarven soldier standing there, and as you come out, he salutes you, and says, "Are you ready to meet the clan chief, clan mother?"
Okay, when he salutes us and everything, is it in view of the bartender? Just that as.
I know it'd be outside. Not outside the tavern. It is.
I will give a slight bow and say, yes, we are.
Then, with your permission, I'll escort you.
It would be our pleasure.
Okay. He nods at you again, and then turns around and starts to make his way quickly down the hallway, leading you through the darkened tunnels, turning this way and that, sometimes seeming to backtrack. Eventually, the walls, or the halls, start to brighten, and there's a light source that, if you didn't know better, you'd say it was sunlight. You can't quite figure out where it's coming from. And as you enter these halls, you kind of have to blink a few times to let your eyes adjust, because until now you've been walking through some pretty dark halls.
Oh yeah, I've been I gotta figure out whose shoulder I've been holding this whole time.
It's a good point.
You and me both.
Who's got night vision?
I do, because I'm a dwarf. So you hold on to my shoulder.
Okay, I would have been sticking close to one of the shorties.
And you don't have night vision either, Sky? You're Valken?
No.
Okay. So,
I do call up to the guard. He was the one that said I'm going to direct you, and I let him know somewhere along the way that God doesn't, and God doesn't have night vision, so he'll need to hold your hand. He needs to seriously be escorted.
okay. If you'd like him to, Valakad, the guard will, or the soldier will slow and allow you to use him as a seeing eye dog if you'd like.
I would love that.
Okay. But as you come out into these hallways, near the audience chamber, they brighten significantly, and you can see a number of dwarves dressed in. Most of the dwarves you've seen so far have been dressed in variations of armor, ranging from basic leather armor up to some pretty ornate plate. Um, even just the commoners that you see moving around town are wearing basic leather armors. Um, and as opposed to that, what you're seeing here, the dwarves are wearing sorry, I keep yawning. The dwarves are wearing very stately attire, robes with fur and um, um, gold trimming and gem adornments. Um, it's very luxurious change from what you've seen so far. Um, Even to the point of saying it might even be ostentatious. A little overboard, so to speak. Um, but the dwarves are also walking around in groups of 2 to 3 um, well-dressed figures surrounded by 2 to 4 guards. Um, Depending on their status. And yeah, this definitely seems to be kind of a governing center for the dwarves. Um, the soldier escorting you leads you right down the center of this bright hallway to a set of large large stone or large highly polished stone doors with gems inlaid into it in different kinds of dwarvish designs. And as he comes to the door, he stops, salutes the two guards on either side of the door, and then uses the butt of his spear to rap on a metal plate on the bottom of the door. And then he stops and waits. And you guys are sitting there waiting for probably about 5 minutes. And probably about the time you guys are starting to wonder what's going on and why it's taking so long, there's this the door kind of almost silently swings open with a large whoosh of air. And your escort kind of bows slightly and gestures for the party to enter.
As we enter, I will thank the escort.
He looks back at you, giving you a small smile, and nods sharply, and then jumps to attention and gives you a very sharp salute. And he stays.
I will
Sorry.
I'll awkwardly try and salute back at him.
Okay. Okay. When you do, he nods again, and then turns and steps off to the side. Okay. As you enter this audience chamber, it's a very large room, probably 40 feet, about 45 feet wide, and about at least 60 feet tall. From where you're standing, you cannot see where the room ends. The room is pretty sparsely decorated. There are cabinets just inside the doors, on either side of the doors. And roughly 50 feet in front of you, there are two large stone thrones. One of them raised about a foot higher than the other. The thrones are very heavily adorned with gems, and sitting in each throne, you see Halia, the Queen Mother, or I'm sorry, the Clan Mother, and Norik, the dwarf who sent you to rescue the Clan Mother. Let me see if I can get you some images for you. There's an image of Norik, though he's not. He's not wearing his armor and helmet at the moment. And I believe you guys already know what Halia looks like. Okay, as you enter, there are obviously Norik and Halia, but in addition to that, there are 6 other guards, dwarven guards, in this room. All of them are heavily armored and heavily armed. But as you enter, the clan mother steps down off of her throne, walking towards the party with her long fur robes spreading out behind her like a wedding dress train, and her crown covered in blue gems. She approaches you with a smile and says, "Welcome. I wish to officially extend to you the hospitality of the Iron Axe Clan Hall."
Is her son in the room?
Yes, her son is on the throne.
Can I get an insight check on the son's, not persuasion, what am I trying to think of? The word, temperament, no. It's feelings towards us. I can't think of the wording, but,
Disposition?
you know. What?
Disposition?
Yeah, that'd be the best word for it. Towards us.
Okay.
If he's actually happy to see us, if he's actually happy to see his mom, type of thing, or do we ruin a plan of his?
Okay. Give me a insight check then.
Who's ever got my character sheet, can they do that for me?
You rolled a 7.
Okay.
pretty hard to read. Right now, he's looking pretty stoic, pretty indifferent to just about anything.
Okay. That's all. My guy's not saying anything. He's letting Valahat do the talking because he does it better than I do.
Okay. So, Halia greets you, says, "Oh no, officially." Just a second, guys.
Made this big show, the doors opening and the gown, and she goes, "Just a second, guys." And she walks away.
No. She says, "I want to officially invite you to enjoy the hospitality of the Iron Axe Clan Hall. You are I hereby proclaim you as heroes of the Clan Hall, of the Dwarven people. And I, for one, am very grateful that you were willing to chase me down to bring me home."
What have we been classified as?
Heroes.
Thank you.
Heroes of
Sorry, where I'm at, it's blocked out that thing.
heroes of the Dwarven people.
My character smiles a whole lot. He's finally, been accepted.
Is it just guards and them in here?
Yes, there are 2 nobles
Okay.
and 6 guards.
I will kind of be like, thank you. This is not what I expected. We're not gonna spar, are we? Looking around at the guards.
No, that won't be necessary. I do, however, have your rewards. She kind of turns and claps her hands really quick, and 2 dwarves come running in, carrying a small chest. Actually, just be 1 dwarf comes running in carrying a small chest. It's roughly a foot square, and he kneels before the party, kind of holding it up for you to take.
I will take the chest.
Okay.
And kind of bow graciously towards the dwarf.
Bows as well. Towards Her Highness and Majesty.
Is the servant who hands you the chest. He stands up and runs back out the door. Um,
It's just your winning personality. You know that? They keep running from you.
They do. It is strange.
I'm afraid there are not many among us who have seen humans that are not hostile towards us. So seeing you and your friends I'm afraid the fear and hostility is kind of a preventive effort. You know, hostile towards you before you're hostile towards them. If that
Makes sense.
But with that, I have another matter that I would like to discuss with with your group. As you may or may not have been aware, my husband was killed in the raid. The former clan chieftain. And as she says this, a tear kind of comes to her eye.
I'll bow my head as she said it.
Okay. Myrnar, are you still watching?
Yes, I am.
Okay, did you want to do another perception check?
Yes. Yes, please.
Perception or insight?
Oh, that's up to him. What kind of check do you want to do?
Since I don't have my sheet in front of me, which one do I have the better chance of winning?
What are you trying to get out of it? Are you trying to see the sun's disposition, or are you trying to see mannerisms, or?
It'd be an insight check from what I'm thinking of because it's more of seeing his reaction to, hey, your father died, you are now the king type of thing. Seeing if this was something he wanted or he'd rather have his dad there than be king.
You do it that way?
That's fine. You have no clue. You rolled a 6, which is a nat 1.
So is he as bad as rolling my character as you are with rolling Opal?
It's looking that way.
It's about that way. So the funny thing about that is
Yeah, I
that
think I'd roll just as bad. So I'm saying.
so the funny thing about that is you are higher in insight and you are proficient in insight as opposed to perception. But I didn't want that to be the reason why you picked insight.
That's understandable, but like I said, that's
You got
that's
one on the
how I
insight.
would see it. You know.
Oh, definitely. But you got nat one on the freaking insight with the better roll, or better chance of winning per se.
No, my guy's too enamored with being a hero now to really worry about it.
Ugh. Okay. She says, "I'm afraid I've or my husband was killed in the raid," and she kind of a tear comes to her eye. Um, that unfortunately left my son to take his position, and us mourning his loss. Now, we seek to bury his, or we seek to inter his remains at the Tomb of Three Kings. And I would like to ask you and your party to come along as security.
You have his remains here, or do we need to go and get those first?
They are here.
I look to go ahead and shake my head. Yes, I'd go. No, actually, nod my head. Yes.
I give
Oh,
affirmative head shake.
I will answer her that we did have a discussion last night about continuing on with whatever you needed, and I believe we're unanimous in serving our purpose here. I'm not sure why I have these visions, and I'm not sure why I was specifically brought here, or why these particular people have come into our into this situation. Um, but I have no reason to go back to where I came from, and sounds like everybody's on board with serving whatever this purpose is that we are here for. And as I say that, I will kneel.
I do. I do appreciate your desire to help. It's not something we're used to seeing from the people of your lands. And perhaps this might your willingness to aid us in our times of need may just may make the path to peace an easier one. Now, unless there is more you would like to discuss with me or my son, we have plans to leave in the morning. So, take care of any business you may need to cover throughout the day, and I will have a guard meet you outside the tavern in the morning when you're ready to leave.
I'll say yes, ma'am.
And she smiles and then raises her hand, and the guard that escorted you to the audience runs forward and kneels in front of the clan chief, clan mother, and clan chief. And she nods, and the guard stands up and starts to lead you away.
With that, I turn to the clan mother and I say, "What time should we be ready to leave?"
Early morning would be best. And dress warm.
Forgive me, I just got home and had to talk to my roommate. Quick question on what you said, and if not, my comment would be to the grandmother about this. Have you discussed weapons? And if not, my comment would be, may we rage or may we restock our weapons uh, that so that we are fully armed from your black or from your weapon armory. Did you hear me?
Yeah. The blacksmith is welcome to give you what he sees fit.
And in case you're wondering why, yes, it's because we gave away our crossbows, our full inventory anymore.
Well, you're never going to use a crossbow because a spell is always better. So long as you have those spells. I mean, I guess you could get one anyway, but... Anyway. Again, she says, the blacksmith is welcome to grant you anything he deems appropriate.
Thank you, grandmother.
Okay. Anything else?
Not for me.
Okay. So you guys turn and exit.
As I start to exit, I pause momentarily and pick up the chest.
I've been holding it.
Okay. Well, I can carry it if you'd like or not.
I'll hand it over for you.
All right, very well. As we start to head out, I say to you that I suggest that we would like to go by the blacksmiths. I'm sure it will be much more convenient if we're guided by somebody who knows this place well enough to not get lost.
Well, I say, so we're not carrying a chest clear across the town hall. We should go and see what's in and divvy up if need be. That way we're not carrying this big old box.
It's not that big a box, but if it concerns you, then we can open it once we're out of these chambers. But
Out of character, I don't recall how big it was, so that's why I said that.
It's one by one. It's kind of big if it's filled with like jewelry and gems
I
and
say
stuff.
let's go to our rooms, and let's go to a room to where it's private. See what we got, and then go into the blacksmith or wherever else we need to go.
Yeah, I would say it probably is not the best place just outside the it might look not so good if we open up the chest as soon as we leave the room.
I agree with you.
And I also say that in case, we do, even though it is a very good plan, the word of the clan mother may not have spread yet, and we may get hassled with carrying a chest inside because of their prejudices.
With that in mind, I think it might be good that we attempt to keep our escort throughout the day. just so that we don't have those kind of issues.
I have been assigned to attend to your service while you're within the walls of the clan hall. I can show you around as you need, and hopefully aid with getting any services that you require.
In advance, I appreciate your attentiveness to our well-being.
Seems nothing of it. It's the least I can do.
Can you tell us, apparently the clan mother intends to have her husband buried in 3 different places. How long of a journey is this likely to be?
Oh, it's the clan of the 3 kings, or the tomb of the 3 kings. It's not 3 different places.
Okay, well that's good.
And the tomb is on top of the mountain. We should be there by roughly supper time tomorrow.
All right.
And more than like traditionally, we have a day of mourning, or an evening of mourning. Then the funeral, approximately midday on the 2nd day. And then a feast of celebration. And then we travel home on the 3rd day.
I am home. I am logged in.
Welcome. I was going to give you a smart ass remark, but I chose not to.
I told you it would have went the same way. Nothing. I look at Valahad and the guard and ask if they can lead us to our rooms first so that we can store our gear again.
If that is what you want. And he starts leading you back into the darkened tunnels. This time he actually pulls out a torch and lights it so that you guys can see. I mean, it's not the greatest light in the world, but it is lit. And and he leads the way back through the maze of tunnels, which is just as confusing returning as it was traveling through them to begin with. Um, Eventually, you make it back to the essentially a tavern, dormitories, whatever you want to call it, and back to your where you guys have rooms.
Since we're back here now, shall we meet in Valakad's room to open this chest and see what it contains?
Be a good idea.
Before I go to Valakat's, I drop off my gear, minus my weapons that I just hang on my belt.
Okay.
So you have just your mace with you, not your shield?
My shield, I don't think I should strap my shield around inside the building. So yeah.
Okay.
Unless I'll hang off my back, then I put it on my back.
That's usually
I'll
where
drop.
people keep their
I'll
shields
drop.
on the back.
I'll drop my bag, but I'm keeping my weapons with me.
Okay.
Hey, I remember the last time we were here.
You mean like 45 minutes ago?
I wink at Reardon.
Hmm.
Best but verify.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are y'all dropping off your gear?
I will be.
Okay, so 3 of you.
I
I'll
can't.
drop off the unnecessary, but I'm going to keep shield and weapons and all that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll keep my bow, quiver, scimitar, and a dagger, but put the rest of the gear in my room.
Sounds good.
String the bow over my shoulder, and then continue on with the chest to Valakad's room.
Okay. Is that where everyone's meeting then? Valakat's room?
Yes.
Slumber party!
That was the plan.
Okay.
You know, that's often been mentioned, this and other games, but the fact of the matter is that that's generally a female activity, and I choose not to participate. Thank you.
Hey, this is the new millennium. Haven't you seen the new flags?
I could care less.
Guys have slumber parties. They just don't call them slumber parties.
You do what you want.
Okay. Topic change. Um. Okay, so who's looking at this chest here?
Thought we all were.
I'll put the chest on the table and look to Valakad, as he seems to have become our de facto leader. And I'll wait for his nod to continue.
We'll say, go ahead. Go for it. Check it out. And we'll touch your shoulder and cast guidance.
Okay, well, I proceed to turn the key and open the chest.
Okay. First thing you notice about this chest is it's very, very finely crafted. It's made of very rich, dark wood. It's trimmed with either silver or mithril. The the hinge is perfectly hidden, so that just at a casual glance you can't even tell that the it just looks like a box as opposed to something that actually opens. Yet when you try to open it, it opens very easily with a faint click. And
My eyes glitter as I look at the mithril, wanting to work with it and turn it into something else.
and the inside is padded with a lush dark purple velvet cushion. Inside are two items. One is a looks like a very finely crafted dagger with sheath, and the other is a rather full coin sack. Which, when you open it to look inside, you see that it holds sorry, how many of you guys are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Don't forget to add the two that did go out but did come back,
You saying you want their share too?
I really don't think we should think about sharing with them.
We're greedy, yes. We want
No,
more
we
money.
take their shares and divvy it for ourselves.
Well,
Yeah, we're going to give it to their families. Wink, wink, wink.
Yeah. Thank you.
There are 250 platinum. And 250 platinum, 250 gold.
Are you going to post that?
I did.
Hey.
Stabby,
And,
stabby.
an even split of the coin would be 50 platinum, 50 gold each.
Yeah.
Um, I'm sure that that's a reasonable division, but Velicad may have other ideas, so I'll wait.
I'm fine with that. One of
Yeah.
you that like to do stabby stabby should take the stabby stabby, because I don't do stabby stabby.
I mean, if nobody wants it, I'll take it as a backup close range in case I ever do get disarmed.
Well, I've always liked the idea of carrying a dagger in addition to my main weapons, but I just wonder, is this really a battle weapon or is it a ceremonial weapon? And is it magic?
As I said, well, you guys are distributing the money and looking at it, and because they were opening something that could contain something, I was casting detect magic as a ritual.
And what did you find out?
I'm not the DM. I couldn't tell you.
Um, detect magic as a ritual.
Yes, sir.
The chest is not showing any magical properties, but the dagger is.
And a quick question for you: is the dagger a ceremonial or a regular dagger?
Um,
Probably need to identify it to know that.
yeah. How?
Okay, really small compared to regular sized dagger.
Basically, does it look like a dirk or a letter opener?
Yeah.
It is a regular sized dagger. It's not a letter opener.
Okay, so it may be a ceremonial, but You know, you could use it as a assault for right now. What is the or the type of magic coming off the dagger?
I don't know. What's that one magic?
One magic, huh?
Yeah. It's that one kind of magic.
Don't help me any.
Don't you love when people ask the aura? They're just
Conjuration.
like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
Okay. I let them know it's a conjuration type magical dagger. It may be a ceremonial, it may be attack. I don't know, but I do not believe I have anything that can identify the magic. I do not believe. I'm checking.
You do not.
I will
Oh,
grab.
that's what we can do. Is we can ask the clan mother when we see her next, uh, what type of dagger it is.
I will grab the or ask if I could please see the dagger.
I ain't touching it, so it's whoever's opening up. I'm just seeing it from the
Well,
side.
you have to. I think, don't you? Yeah, I guess you don't. Never mind. I will grab the dagger upon hearing of conjuration magic, and I'll grab the dagger and go. Eggs, not oatmeal. Does eggs appear?
No.
That's funny.
Eggs do not appear.
That's funny.
Then I will sit down with the dagger and caress it and think about stuff and do that as a ritual.
Okay. Um. After 11 minutes, and of course, I don't have a card made for this, but
High fives, Sky.
This
And I'll ask everybody if no one wants the box. I'll take it so I can study the intricacies of Mithril and see if I can work with it.
All yours. You're the blacksmith.
I will present to the dagger back to the group after 11 minutes and say, it seems as though this dagger will, to a person that attunes himself with this dagger, the dagger will magically return to that person if thrown as a weapon. And every so often, they can use a spell I've heard about called Misty Step that allows you to teleport a short distance from the space you're in to another space.
Ooh. I want it. I want it. But I wouldn't use it. So go ahead. Well, because it gives you that spell.
Ah, that sounds like an interesting tool. If no one else is so inclined, I would like to have it.
I was going to say that'd help me get around the battlefield a lot quicker.
Yeah.
I mean, it could help all of us, but who would use it the most?
I don't know.
Okay. Outside character. I think Durakar because he can jump from character to character because he's hand-to-hand combat pretty much.
Well,
Me because some of my
out of character, we have 2 rogues.
I'd say go to the rogues, yeah.
okay.
Yes.
But which one throws knives?
Which rogue has the better decks?
All rogues can throw knives.
Anyone can throw a knife. Sky, give me an insight check. Or, I'm sorry, Battlecat, give me an insight check.
There's that good insight check I was looking for earlier, Sky.
Yeah, but it's not your tune, so that's why I was able to roll good.
Yeah, no.
I have this I don't know, feeling. I don't know how to describe this. I really don't know how to describe a lot of things. I'm sorry. I think this should probably go to Riordan. If everybody's okay with that.
I'm agreeable. If it's what you wish.
Agreeable. You have good intuition.
I have something. I don't know if it's good or not. I guess we'll find out eventually.
Okay, Reardon. If you decide after using this a while that you're not getting the benefit you thought you might, I would appreciate a chance to use it also.
I think that's a great idea.
I was gonna say, great, our rogues are fighting over a dagger.
No, we're not fighting over a dagger.
No, I was gonna say that earlier, but I wasn't near the computer.
Well, with that, Riordan's got a dagger. We've got some funds. Durkar was mentioning getting some ingredients of some sort. I guess we can split up and meet for dinner or meet for breakfast in the morning.
Armory and see what they got.
I would definitely like to go to the smithy.
Yeah, restock what we can, what it'll allow.
Yes, well, one thing that I'm interested in particularly is getting more arrows.
I agree.
And I'm not sure the blacksmith is a place, but our guide should know.
If it's used for combat, you can get it at the blacksmith.
All right, then.
Well, I'll go to the blacksmith with you, see if I can restock some more javelins.
Okay. So I'm ready to go whenever you guys are.
Hell, nothing holding me here.
To the smithy!
To the smithy and then to the food place to pick up rations.
Yeah.
Falls to the smithy.
Okay. So he quickly leads you to the smithy. As you get closer and closer, the temperature steadily increases. And it's starting to remind you of midday out on the Deathlands, or out in the Deadlands, and come around a corner to glowing red orange forge in the middle of the room, and lots of dwarves shuffling here and there, sounds of hammers on molten metal, or heated metal, I should say, and the roar of the furnace assault your ears. Your escort guides you up to an old dwarf with graying beard and hair. He has a scar across one eye that kind of clouds that eye, and you can see the burn scars up and down his sleeveless arms as he turns and first greets the escort and then looks to the party and says, "What can I do for you?"
Well, I step up and I say, I find myself short of arrows, having used many on our effort to recover the clan mother and her entourage. I would like to get 200 arrows.
You do know that we were just raided, right?
Yes, I know that, and we expended a good deal of our ammunition both chasing down the raiders who took the clan mother's party and also fighting both at the rear gate and at the front gate.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
so
I can certainly give you 200, but do you need 200?
I feel like I do. I only have 45 remaining, and that is not nearly enough to even pass through a couple of skirmishes. That's one thing, you know, as an archer, I use arrows very quickly. That being said, I will take whatever you will give me.
Well, I can certainly give you 200 arrows if that's what you feel you need.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And I also need some arrows, not quite as many. I only need 80.
Okay, then you can have 80. And he kind of, after he hands you guys the arrows, he kind of looks down into his arrow barrel, frowns. He looks over at one of the others and says, get this filled up again.
And what do you have for javelins?
I suppose you want 50 of those.
What do I look like? A pack mule? No.
More like a pack lizard. I'm not there. I didn't say that.
Sorry. No, 4 will do fine. I'm trying to keep my stock to 10 since you're loading me because javelins are supposed to be about 5, I think, right?
Yeah, something like that.
So I'm just trying to keep my stock to 10. That'll get me even.
Okay. He will hand you 4 javelins.
I have a question out of character.
Okay.
Can I get another Reaper and use it as my offhand weapon?
Technically, no. Technically, you're not even supposed to be able to dual wield with a rapier, but I've been bending the rules because it seems ridiculous to me because a scimitar is heavier than a rapier.
Well, the thing is,
I have one rapier and I figured I'd use the other one instead of the dagger as an offhand weapon. But if it's against, that's fine. It's just a question.
well, I don't know why, considering throughout history, rapiers and daggers have been a combo for
I know, right?
a long time. I mean, that was the main fighting style with rapiers to have a dagger with it.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, it was.
I got that. I was just looking for more oomph to the punch. Okay.
Yeah. If you take the dual wield feat, you can use any weapons, but that's up to you.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Did you get my message, sir?
I did. I am going through the others first
Okay.
because you got to take time to cast it.
Thank
Okay, so is that all that you guys wanted to look at? The 3 of you?
Well, I'll stay behind as they depart and talk with the smithy about working with mithril and how it does, if he'll give me any insight.
Okay.
Does he have a longbow?
Does he have... Yeah. If you'd like a longbow, he can provide one for you.
Yes.
Okay, to backtrack a bit, as you guys are headed to the smithy, Valcad splits off and heads his own direction. Or heads their own direction. Um, Not sure what you're rolling, but 0 seems pretty consistent. Well, considering it says you're rolling 0. Um, Valcad, you say you return to the Estrin Temple and basically just pray and speak with Edian?
Yep.
Is there anything specific you'd like to speak to Edian about, or?
No, just console with them and pray and just kind of spend some time at the temple. Whatever small talk comes up.
Have the tinctures helped with your visions at all?
Very much so. It is a lifesaver.
It might behoove you to, on occasion, allow yourself to dream. As you never know when Estra may be trying to send you a message.
I have on accident once, and I'm sure I should, and I will. It makes for a really bad day the next day, but I will. I hope to get to figure out what she wants of or from me. And I can't do that by ignoring her.
She kind of, Edian kind of smirks at you and says, "You can no more ignore her than a sailor can ignore the sea." I assure you, if she wants you to get a message, you will get it. Regardless of whether you've taken your tincture or not. Though I can't promise you'll enjoy the experience.
I bow my head and nod a couple times and like, oh, how I miss the sea. Not sure my land legs will ever get to me.
He kind of chuckles and says, "There are many that feel the opposite is true. There have been many unused to the sway of the sea. But in my experience, it just takes time. I have to admit, I miss it. I miss it quite a bit as well. It's been some time since I've been able to visit the sea."
Area did you sail? Not that I know all the areas, but yeah.
I spent the majority of my life in the Sea of Shadows to the south.
Made you decide to put it all away and come up here?
I had a traumatic experience. The ship that I was sailing on with my family was hit by a storm. The captain was not as experienced at sailing as we were led to believe, and thus he bit off more than he could chew. And as a result, my wife and 2 daughters were killed. Strangely enough, that is also the event that brought me to Estra. So,
I'm so sorry. I can't imagine that loss.
I try not to let it hit it just a little bit harder. It might work.
Sorry.
I try not to let it sour my opinion of other events, but sometimes I have to admit that it does get in the way.
Completely understandable.
But you didn't come to jabber with an old man.
I partially came to jabber with a young man of your standing.
He just smiles and says, "Well, you've definitely got the charisma."
If I may bother you for one other thing, is there a Do you have alchemists here in the clan hall, or somewhere that I can possibly use some better equipment than my portable kit that I carry with me in my travels?
Well, if you're not looking for anything terribly in depth, you can use my own. Um, I'm afraid I'm. It's not extremely advanced, but it should do the job for just about anything through intermediate skill levels.
Much thanks. I'm not. I just have this stuff right here because it's portable. So anything that is better than a few vials and a small mortar and such is 10 times better than normal.
Well, you're more than welcome to use mine.
And I will nod again. And then I will go to pray for Loa.
Okay. After a few moments of watching you pray, Edian will settle down, probably 10 feet from you, and also start to pray. Mirnar, as you enter um, the forge, you cast a spell, and as you look around, there are a number of magical items visible to you. Several sets of armor, several weapons of various make. You notice that the smith hammer that the master smith is holding is actually magical as well. Is there anything in particular you're looking for?
Sorry, it took me a second because I was thinking I'm on my computer and I'm not, so I keep hitting control and it's not working. Oh, like, why isn't it? Oh, yeah, I'm on my phone. Okay, the mace. Looking at the mace, but also look at the blacksmith's hammer.
Okay.
Any of the weapons that I've noticed are maces.
Are you specifically looking for a mace?
Yeah, because I currently have a mace to see if there's one to replace. No, actually, that one is the mace I do have is a bludgeoning weapon, +1 bludgeoning. So
It's not +1. It's just a bludgeoning weapon.
okay, well it says 1d6 +1 bludgeoning.
The +1 is your strength modifier.
Okay, then yes, a mace is what I'm looking for, and armor, both of those.
Okay, well, there are a number of different types of armor that are showing as magical, and a number of weapons as well, um, including maces, a number of bladed weapons, warhammers.
I speak to the blacksmith and I point out some of the items I notice, and I ask what are the costs of those of the individual weapons. Explaining that I'm looking for something because I'm going to be guarding the clan mother and clan chieftain on the to facilitate the burial of the previous chieftain.
Okay. He kind of looks at you at first, kind of looks you up and down, a little skeptical, but he kind of plays along, so to speak. And he says, well, depending on your budget, I have weapons here that should be an upgrade for yours, ranging anywhere from um, 500 to 500,000. Um, and armor ranging anywhere from again 500 to several million. So, what kind of budget are you looking at?
I whisper, in, uh, I'm looking at my gold and my, but I don't know. I can't facilitate what he's asking to what I have on hand. So I do apologize about that. I try to be honest with him, and I show that I'm being sincere in what I'm purchasing and why I'm purchasing it, so he doesn't rake me over the coals.
Okay, but you can't tell him how much money you are willing to spend? Is that what you're trying to say?
Because I don't know what I'm carrying to explain his the cost that he just stated
Mm-hmm.
and the cost of what I have. I don't I don't know what that's what I'm trying to say. I don't even know if I have that much to purchase, so that's why I'm
You have um, roughly 573 gold.
okay. I go for the armor then, and I tell him what I have. They're closer to 500, but it would bankrupt me.
Okay. What kind of armor are you looking for? Something light and flexible, or um, heavy and durable?
Uh, Says I can wear light, medium, heavy armor and shields. Right now, I believe I'm wearing medium. Correct?
You wear heavy?
Can yeah.
Oh wow.
Um,
Or maybe using light. I'm not. I'm looking for prayer stick, mace, shield, common.
that's light. You're still the leather.
Okay, then medium. Raise me one because love heavy, but then I'd be restrictions if I'm correct.
You're a cleric, so
The only restriction you'll get is disadvantage on stealth checks. And that's depending on which armor you go for.
Okay.
Huh?
Then this is a out of character, honest question to Sky and you. What should I request?
if it was me as a life cleric, I'd want to be in heavy armor because that's part of the. You got that because of life cleric, I believe.
Okay, then yes, then okay, heavy.
There's some other subclasses that don't give you that proficiency.
Actually, I think there's only one other cleric class that gives you heavy armor. Let's see. Well, I can give you, before talking about any enchantments, chainmail would go for about 75. Splint mail, roughly 200. And the next step up after splint mail would be plate, but that basic set of plate will run you about 1,500. So, are any of those three of interest as a base?
Since the one would cost 1,500, I don't even have that much. The middle one.
The splint mail?
Yeah.
Okay. As a base that costs about 200. What kind of enchantment are you interested in adding to it?
That one I'll leave up to you because you have a better understanding of enchantments than I do. And you know what would be good for a healer. You know.
Okay. The basic durability enchantment is always a plus.
That would work.
Platinum is worth 10 gold. Durkar.
I'm just checking because it's like 200 gold, and I was like, we never made that much.
Each of those platinum is worth 10 gold, so you have 500 gold from the platinum itself. Each.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking weird.
Okay, so there's 500 gold from the platinum, and then 50 gold, you know, because you got 5 platinum, or 50 platinum, 50 gold each.
Sorry, my brain was crazy like.
No problem. Sorry, Mirnar, you were saying about the basic durability enchantment?
Yeah, I said that'd be great. That's why I said I'm not picky. I just it's whatever you say it is, and I say okay.
Okay. Let me double check my books here. Right. Okay. Okay, for splint armor +1. Well, I guess you would say +1. Splint armor with a minor durability increase would normally run you about 700 gold. Willing to let it go for 500. There's also, I also have a suit of splint mail here made of adamantine. And it's not magical, but it is made from adamantine, which would negate overtly dangerous hits. Out of character, it negates critical hits.
I like that one a lot better.
You prefer the adamantine?
I prefer the adamantium just because, yeah, you got a higher, you may not get hit. It doesn't give you that extra one hit, but those times where you can get serious damage, it doesn't happen. I'm okay with that.
Okay, and just to make sure you understand, it is not magical. It's just made
Yeah,
of.
no,
Okay.
no, I understand. Okay, it acts as a magical item by itself, so I'm okay with that.
Okay. Um. If that's the one you prefer, um, I think the absolute minimum I could do is 550, and even that's cutting quite a bit off the top.
I give him the gold uh, without complaint, and I thank him for what he's done. And then if you can pop that into my character sheet, because I can't find it on my in the compendium. And then I'll keep the other armor just in case somebody needs it or something we come across.
Okay. Just put splint mail. Just a regular splint mail into your character sheet, and then add adamantine in front of it.
You mean splint armor?
Yeah, sorry. I guess they don't actually have splint mail. It's just splint armor.
Warning: AC is not incorrect.
That's
Unequipped.
because you have both the splint mail and the um, studded leather checked as equipped.
There you go.
Thank you. Okay, I put adamantium in front of it.
Okay.
Thanks, somebody who's ever correcting it.
Yep.
Had nothing to do with it. Is anyone else interested in buying any upgrades?
I would point out the items to the party if they were interested in it.
I got a whole bunch I want to do.
Okay. Go ahead, Dirk.
If somebody else wants to go before me, that's fine.
Okay, Reardon, is there anything you want to do?
Where are we?
You guys are still at the forge.
Oh,
You guys are discussing possible
Yeah,
upgrades.
I've pointed out some good armor and some good weapons that would equal what you're carrying now, but it is very costly, but it would better improve the weapon you're carrying.
The weapon
how's
or
he?
the armor, or, whatever.
I can't get any better armor. I can only use light, and that's the best to stud it.
Oh, you can get magical.
Does he have any?
Yeah.
Oh,
What kind of armor are you interested in?
It is very expensive. I'm pre-warning you.
Well, the heavy armor is
Oh.
expensive, period, but the lighter armors aren't quite as expensive.
I'm just wondering if he has anything that'll improve my armor class.
Are you looking specifically for armor, or would you like to look into things such as cloaks or accessories such as rings, amulets?
I kind of like my cloak that I got, but I don't know. Let me look at the cloaks and see.
The cloak that you got?
Yes. Part of the rogue's thing is a cloak.
Oh, he thought you had a magical cloak, Dad, not that you had a cloak.
No, I just have a cloak.
Oh,
So
okay.
I said, let's look at the cloaks then.
Okay. There's a basic cloak of protection. Oops, wrong place. It is adds a boost to your combat durability and your ability to resist um, the effects of spells. Um, I have a. Let's see. Cloak. Come on. I have a cloak of let's see, what is that? I have this cloak is called a blue willow cloak, and you see he pulls it out, and it's like kind of a almost kind of looks like you're looking up into the sky on a on an overcast day. It's kind of a mix between light blue and grays, and the image on it kind of seems to fluctuate as you watch it. He says it's made from fey silk. It's waterproof. Um, while you're wearing it, if you while you're wearing it in the rain, you can activate it to make yourself invisible. That effect will last as long as it's raining, or for an hour, whichever is shorter. Um, Unfortunately, it's something that can only be used once per day. We also have a he kind of pulls out a strange looking cloak that looks at first it just looks like a bundle of spider webs, but as he kind of unfolds it and lays it out, you can tell that the cloak itself is very very finely crafted, but it's crafted in such a way that it's got these very fine silver or mithril threads going through it that make the entire cloak look like it's made from spider webs. He says it's a variation on the cloak of elven kind, which allows you to make it easier to disappear when you're trying to hide. In addition, this one makes it even easier for you to hide. Granting you a increased your skill for hiding in the shadows. It also allows you to aid a fellow in combat by distracting their target, giving them additional luck with their attacks against that foe. I believe they call this a puwafui. Any of these cloaks of interest to you?
The cloak of elven kind?
You're interested in the Puafui?
Yes.
Okay, give me a second here.
Okay.
Let's see, that is... really nice if they had a search function in this. Okay, okay, the Puafui, price out about 1,100 gold. Um, the Cloak of Protection. Let's see, that was uncommon. Could possibly let it go for $450.
Okay.
Okay, so you want the Cloak of Protection?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and take 450 off your character sheet, and you can add a Cloak of Protection to it if you'd like.
Okay.
Do
Yep.
you know how to add the cloak of protection, Dad?
Yeah, just press plus
You
on
can
my
click and
inventory.
if you drag it from the compendium, it will add it automatically for you.
I don't think he knows how to get it on the compendium. Could somebody do that for him?
Yep.
Thanks, Guy.
Well, I just typed it in. I'll take it out. So you got, well, there you go. How many times did I get that? I only have one. Thank you. Ooh.
But if you type it in, it just tells you that you have it. But if you bring it over from the compendium, it
Okay.
should increase your armor class at the same time.
It did. How do you get to the continuum?
Get to what? Sorry.
I'm gonna go ahead and...
Well, I tried to put the longbow and dagger that I got in, and it won't give me its damage type.
Yeah, because you added it
Yes.
on your own.
I'm going to go AFK. Let's go ahead and take a break after you guys are finished with your discussion.
Just-
Ah, this is a long break.
All right, Michael Keaton's going to be Batman again.
He's the only one.
Okay, I will say there's one of two Batmans that I appreciated. Michael Keaton and the one that did the trilogy or the,
Christian Bale.
Yeah, Christian Bale. Those are the only two Batmans that were decent.
Yeah, those are the only two that need to get praised. The rest of them were half-assed.
Not saying I
Or
don't
no
like.
ass.
Not saying I don't like Michael Keaton. I like Michael Keaton. I liked him as Batman. But he's like what, 578 years old now? Give it a rest.
I agree with you, but they're doing it just for kicks. But I'm like,
Just a little bit.
Is Danny DeVito coming back as the Penguin? We're gonna do a retirement party and have everybody at like 90 years old and trying to fight each other.
I don't know, but there was something talk about it, I think.
they're doing that. Hey, cross the dimensions thing. In the new Flash, Superman slash Batman, the group, Wonder Group.
So basically, Marvel did it, so now DC has to do it. Gotcha.
Yeah.
It would be a really expensive film. Get Danny DeVito back, get Jim Carrey back, get Michael Keaton, get Halle Berry.
I don't think they're going that far. I may or may not get all the stuff done I want to get done today. It's almost 10.
There's always next. Oh, wait, no, there's not.
I'm always offline purchasing. So what are you thinking of buying, boss?
Well, I got spell ingredients to get. So I got stuff to make. Maybe put enchantment on something. So I'm all over the place, really.
I'm just proud to show a big old fat guy like you so you to help people get lazy. How much should I ask this? But how much would I ask you? Do you know how many money the person for like 80, 160? Already? For you know, P.T. Anderson basketball player, New Yorker, who the P.T. Anderson. Our greatest living director, Spike Lee, is our greatest living director. Spike Lee isn't even a good mixture. Yeah, but you're good. I need the money. Oh, at least we need to do a reason to watch this show. It's over with stuff.
I'm back. Sorry about the wait, guys. I'm back. Sorry about the wait, guys.
Oh,
Hello.
good to have you back.
We're glad you're safe.
Everyone else seems to be able to hear me. Did you mute your headset? Can you hear anything?
I can hear lots.
Crap. Sorry, Sky.
I can't hear anything now. Kind of got my ears blown out.
Sorry about that, guys.
You took too long. We all fell asleep.
I, if I didn't need hearing aids, I sure would now.
Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to yell in your ears. I thought I had it muted.
Oy, 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 oy.
Okay, apparently my dad's not able to hear us anymore. Um. But So we took care of Reardon. Do you guys want to keep going, or do you want to call it here? I just realized what time it is.
Urquhart wants to go through some stuff.
Yep.
Okay. What do you want to do, Durkar?
While I'm talking with the smith, working, let's see if I get any good with the myth roll or not. I also want to see how much it would cost to enchant my current chainmail, probably my shield. I need to make a brass brazier, I believe.
Okay.
Then I gotta go shopping for other ingredients.
What kind of ingredients are you looking for?
Hang on, I gotta find it again. I need to get the charcoal, which I can get from the smithing while I'm doing that. Incense and herbs.
Okay, you should be able to use your...
Say what?
Should be able to use your,
My new gifts? Yes.
No, your, focus for that kind of stuff.
We talked last night. We said that I needed to do that for this particular spell. The other ones I won't have to, but for this one I have to use those. I have to get those.
Okay. How much of each do you need?
10 gold between all the ingredients. Doesn't specify what needs to be more than others.
Okay. Okay. The blacksmith can get you all of those for 12 gold. All of the cast ingredients you need for 12 gold.
For how much?
12.
So I'm getting all those ingredients for 12 when I only need 10, and charcoal is going to be free. Okay. And I'll need to craft a brass brazier while I'm in the smith. And I was thinking kind of for the brazier, just to make it more unique, I want to use my dragon fire breath in its creation. Imbue the power of the dragon flame into it. That's just a thought. What do you think?
Sure. I have no problem with that. I will say for supplies, this will cost you 7 silver. To make this brazier. The metals and stuff you need to make it.
Okay.
Go and give me a smithing roll. Um, make it. Oh, strength is fine.
All right.
Okay. It works out. Do you want to describe to us what you do and how you add your dragon's fire to it?
Well, as I'm working with the metal and heating it up, I'll shape it roughly into a brazier. I'll put like little effigies on the side, and then for the final heating, I'll use my own breath instead of the forge before I let it cool into its final stage.
Okay. Um, the item itself looks almost perfect as far as shape is concerned. Um, the metals themselves are there's nothing wrong with the way they combined to form the bronze or brass, I guess. Sorry. Um, but you can see that there are little lines in it along the sides of the bowl of the brazier, but instead of looking, like an error or malformed or anything like that, it actually looks like there's um, liquid fire flowing along the sides of this bowl.
Nice.
Okay. Um, okay, so you took care of the bowl. You got your ingredients. What else do you need? You said something about wanting to see if you could enchant items.
Yeah, I was going to. So you said how 12 gold for how much worth of ingredients?
For your 10 gold's worth.
Oh, so they're gonna charge me 2 extra. Got it. Lovely.
If you were to sell it to them, they'd probably buy it from you for like 8.
Pretty much.
I
If even that
know.
much.
Capitalism.
Can we go 12 gold worth of incense and herbs, and like I said, the charcoal I'll just get off the fire?
Sure.
I mean, that way it gives me some extra, and I'll just load up a lot of charcoal. All right, and then I want to talk to the smiths about possibly what it would cost to enchant my current chainmail with a +1 AC wise.
So you're seeking a minor durability enchant for your chainmail.
Yeah, I'm doing cost to see how much it would cost to put that on there.
Okay. Let's see. Um see, chainmail costs how much? Where's the other one? Burn. Sorry, I don't have a chart specifically telling me all this crap. I have to look it all up. See, chainmail costs 75. It costs about 550.
Just to have my own armor enchanted?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
The enchantment is the expensive part. The armor itself is fairly cheap.
Guess I'll forego that for now. Let's see. I know you went through the shop and everything. Do they have anything else? Any different type of? What shield do I have? Just a round, or did I say kite? I can't remember.
It doesn't matter. Mechanically, it doesn't matter. There isn't any difference mechanically.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, I'll see what they have for. If they have a different type of shield, maybe a better one, or gauntlets, rings, neck bracelets, stuff like that for tank style.
Well, he can make you pretty much anything you want. Question is, do you have the money for it? As far as shields are concerned, to enchant yours, it's gonna cost about $550. To buy a new one, it'll be $600 or so, at least. As far as bracers or gauntlets are concerned, well, that wouldn't help you any. As far as gauntlets are concerned, I have two different gauntlets. There are two different sets of gauntlets, I should say. One of them increases your strength to a almost inhuman degree, raising it to 19 mechanically. The second set will allow you to add an additional measure of fire damage to your weapons.
And the cost respectively?
These gauntlets, called the Gauntlets of Ogre Power, I'll give you for $575. The Gauntlets of Flaming Fury, I can part with for $600. I apologize, those numbers are backwards. $575 for the Flaming Fury, and $600 for the Ogre Strength. Ogre Power.
Well, I'm a little shy on both.
How short are you?
Well, if all calculations are correct, I only have 543.
Okay, so
Did you add the 50 gold that we got earlier?
Yeah, and then I had to, I bought 12 gold worth of ingredients. And then I bought 10 gold worth of smithing materials earlier, so it only leaves me at 43.
That was 7 silver, not gold, but if you're talking about the brass stuff.
No, that I took off, so the brass
Okay.
was silver. The ingredients is 12 gold worth of element and stuff like that, so.
Okay.
okay.
They'd both work, take one gauntlet of each, but.
Unfortunately, they both require you to wear both gauntlets.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to give you 67 gold. And that should help you to get what you need.
How much was the additional fire damage? And what was that one? 600, right?
No, the fire damage was $575, and it basically, as a bonus action, you can use the gauntlets to cause magical flames. You can develop 1 or 2 melee weapons in your hands. Each weapon then deals an additional 1d6 fire damage on hit. The flames last until you sheath or let go of either weapon. Once used the property can't be used again until the next dawn.
And the one of strength, because I already have a 1d6 fire on my scimitars.
You have 1 fire on your scimitar. It's just 1 point of fire. So this would be now 1d6 plus 1. if you were to use that.
Oh, I see. Okay.
The gauntlets of overpower basically just increase your strength to 19.
That would only give me 2 more. What? So off character here. What does the difference between a 2 strength difference or adding a 1d6 fire? What was the strength add to my attack, if any?
What is your strength currently?
17.
Okay. Hitting 18 would increase your chance to hit by 1, would increase your damage by 1. Having the additional up to 19 would increase your carry weight by 300 pounds, 30 pounds? Yeah, 30 pounds. It would, increases both your accuracy and your damage by 1 point. Increases your carry weight and your strength saving throws and any strength-based skill. All of it would go up by 1.
What would be the bet? Strength? Yeah, that would go.
So, things to think about, I guess. Out of character, because I'm not there. Is the ogre power is great. It lets it basically gives you 2 ability score increase right now. No questions asked. But if you decide to put more strength or more abilities score into strength, if you're at 19 or higher, the gauntlets no longer have an effect because it can do a maximum of 19 with the gauntlets of overpower. On the flip side, the fire one is only usable essentially for a medium combat-ish once a day. But if you do get up your ASI to 20 eventually, those will still be beneficial for you. But if you're looking at more tanky stuff, and you're looking at like pushing your constitution instead of your strength, then the gauntlets of ogre power could last you, the next 10 levels, because you're not really caring about pushing on your ability score for strength, because you're trying to push for constitution or for charisma for your paladin spells. It all depends on how you're wanting to build your character.
That might be a better way to go, is the strength, and then start concentrating on other attributes.
I'll tell you what, why don't you think about those. Let me know either during the week or at the beginning of your next session which one you want, and we can take care of that real quick at that point. Is there anything else you want to do or talk about, discuss, whatever? Oh, we don't have next session, so let me know between now and
March 31st.
The 31st, and I'll get that into your character sheet.
Okay, yeah, I'll have to think about those real quick. And you said you're giving me 67 gold, you said?
That's correct.
Okay, hey, cool.
That makes it possible for you to buy either one.
I have to weigh my pros and cons. That's a big decision there. I don't think there's anything else I wanted to do besides at the end of all of this, I would head off to the Temple of Rashan and use my new skill and burn my ingredients. But we can reveal that next time. That's fine.
Okay. Okay, we can do that next time. You should now have access to those items so you can look at them.
Cool.
They're in the items folder in the game. Or under PCs. Aramel, was there anything you wanted to take care of before we called it?
No, I think I've pretty well taken care of what I need.
Okay, then I guess this was a shopping episode.
Okay, well, that has to happen too.
Okay, so
Aramel, nowhere still needs to be leveled. You're still level 5.
we'll take care of it, I promise.
Yeah, I knew that. Yes, I will take care of it.
For that fact, everyone's characters need to be leveled for tomorrow as well.
Yeah. I got to do that too.
Slackers.
No, just lazy.
Mine's been done for a week.
Mine's been done for a week. I did mine the same day, I believe.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Okay. I guess we'll go ahead and call it here. Pick it up on the 31st.